Hey Guru Nation, welcome back to the clinicaltrialsguru.com. So one of the last few episodes, videos you'll ever see from this couch, okay? We're getting an upgrade, we're moving upstairs. I'm here at one of my research clinics, actually that's where I film most of my videos. So thank you for watching, and if you're brand new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to the blog. Email me, dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Call or text me 949-415-6256. Follow me on every social network. Today's video is going to be all about interviews, okay? I don't care if you're a study coordinator, if you're a CRA, if you're anything in between, medical monitor. The process and this technique that I'm about to teach you is something I teach my students in the CRA Academy. So it's the STAR technique. Let me explain what the STAR technique is first, and then I'm going to explain how you should utilize it if you're an employee looking for work, or even if you're an employer looking to really assess someone's understanding of a specific topic, right? So let me explain the STAR technique, right? It's an acronym, STAR. So the S is the situation, T is task, A is action, and R is result. It's used to really convey your understanding of how you handle certain situational based scenarios that you come across in the workplace, okay? So if you're a CRA, right, sometimes the interviewer will ask you, and you may not even know that they're using the STAR technique on you, but you should know. You should be aware of it. So they may create a situation, all right? A very common one that they use a lot is you show up at a research site for an interim monitoring visit, and the receptionist tells you that the study coordinator is not there. What do? Okay, so that interviewer has just created the situation. Now you're going to have a task, action, and a result. So without giving away the answers, because there really is no right or wrong answer to most of these scenarios. Sometimes there are, but they're really used to ascertain whether you understand what you're doing, whether you've actually done what you said you've done, because any CRA who's been doing monitoring work for a year or longer has come across certain situations that they should be able to answer the questions, or at least demonstrate their understanding of the situation and how they would handle it. Same thing with a study coordinator, okay? If you go apply as a study coordinator somewhere and you claim you have experience as a study coordinator, they might paint a situation for you where they tell you, hey, patient needs to come in for a visit. They have the study meds. However, they're not answering their phone. They've been unresponsive for the past week, and they're now 1 day overdue for their next study visit. What do? Right? So that's the situation. You got to use the task. What's your task? Your task is pick up the phone, call the patient, send a certified mail, go to the patient's house, whatever it is, call the caregivers. You got to say something, all right? If you've truly been in that situation, and again, anyone who's been a coordinator for a year has gone through this, where there is no necessarily right or wrong answer, because every site, every research clinic, every hospital has their own SOPs for how they handle these things. But the interviewer is asking you to see whether you've been in this situation before. Number one, that will tell the interviewer whether you actually have the experience that you claim you do, and then how you'd handle it. It's the situation, task, action, result. So in this particular example, as the study coordinator, that's the situation. The patient's not available to come in. No one's able to get a hold of them. Your task is, what do? Right? Get this patient back in somehow, or remedy the situation. Your action is going to be the action you took to make that happen. And then the result, what became of that? If you're a good interviewee, you'll be able to respond with, well, for this particular task, I had to do this, and that led to my action, which was this, and then that led to a result, which was this. Here's a trick. Let's say you don't have as much experience as you need to have, okay? Come prepared with 5 STAR scenarios that you're going to talk about. And rather than waiting for the interviewer to start asking you their STAR questions, you start talking about them. Find a place to throw them in there. A really good place to throw it in there would be when they start asking you about your experience. So say, at my last monitoring job, I had an investigator who was not screening subjects like they had indicated they would on the feasibility survey. So my clinical team lead sent me out there to do a booster visit, and these were some of the strategies that I used. That was my action, and then the results was the PI either screened more patients or didn't screen more patients and ended up randomizing more patients. So come prepared with like 5 of your own star examples that you can use, and the advantage is you use the ones that you prepared yourself for, and maybe that will keep the interviewer from asking you their own star questions that you may not be prepared for. So hopefully that helps. Let me know how it goes. Good luck on all your interviews, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.